Okay, everybody, good evening. It's 6 o'clock. Welcome to, oh, here's Ed. Good evening, everybody. It is 6 o'clock. It's February 22nd. Welcome to our regular town board meeting of the town of Rhinebeck. Would everybody please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. May I have a motion to approve our prior minutes of our February 8th, 2021 regular town board meeting, please?
So moved.
Thank you, Chauncey. May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Alan. Is there any discussion? Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So moved. We have two public hearings open. We are going to adjourn them until I think our second meeting in March. Should we adjourn it for our public? We are adjourning these meetings because we are not ready to vote on them. We just received all of our comment and we might be changing them. So I ask you, town board, would you like me to adjourn till the first meeting in March or the second? Any feeling on that? It's just a procedural, just procedural. We're adjourning it instead of closing them and re-noticing and opening them up again. So does anyone have a preference?
I think I'd suggest just adjourning until the next meeting. We might be able to do it in 2 weeks, and if we can, then fine. If not, we'll adjourn again.
Great. I'm going to adjourn these two public hearings until March 8th at 6 p.m.
And any adjustments would be noticed before that meeting, correct?
No, they're now adjourned for the 8th of March.
Got it. Okay. And
then at the 8th of March, because it's a public meeting, we will adjust them then.
Got it.
That's why we're adjourning them. You know, it saves the clerk from noticing and keeps the public up to date with what we're doing.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like a motion on resolution 2021-054, purchase of computer hardware for recreational park and pool.
Make that motion.
Thanks, Ed. May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Alan. Any discussion?
It's part of the budget, right? This was in there?
Yeah, we budgeted it. This is the control for the pool.
Got it.
And they've gone out to bid. I think, are we?
Good.
Yeah, we're awarding it to Frey Technologies. Right. Yeah. They're the lowest bid. Yep.
Okay, great.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So moved unanimously. And thanks for we put it in the budget, Josh. I'd like a motion for resolution 2021-055, authorizing NYPA to prepare a contract for Rhinebeck for maintenance of a to-be-installed LED streetlight system.
So moved.
Thanks, Chauncey, and thanks for all your work on this. May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Ed. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. I'd like a motion for resolution 2021-056, New York Department of Transportation grant application for funds to repair Parsonage Street Bridge. I'll motion this. May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Josh. For the public, the town owns all the bridges, including those in the village, as villages aren't allowed to. We, the New York Department of Transportation inspects all bridges every year. This bridge is starting to be flagged. When it has to be repaired, we're probably looking at upwards of 1.5 million. And this is to allow Ray Drakowski to fill out paperwork for funding, state funding to replace it and submit it.
Which he's doing without charge, right?
Yes.
Oh.
He's going to work with
the bridge was built in
Bob
1900.
Wyan on it. Sorry, Josh?
The bridge was built in 1900, so it's
1900, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it has been, the state has called it in poor condition. So we're going to need to address it. So it'd be great if we could get some funding, some grant money. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. I will make a motion for resolution 2021-057 for our accounts payable abstracts, 2C30 checks totaling $68,501.10. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Chauncey. Any discussion, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. I will make a motion for resolution 2021-060, and I know I've skipped for budgets and transfer amendments. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ed. Any discussion, any questions? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously. I will make a motion for resolution 2021-058 for our preliminary accounts payable abstracts 2D 5 checks totaling $7,910.21. May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Chauncey. Any questions, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So moved. Passes unanimously. And lastly, I'll make a motion for resolution 2021-059 for our capital projects abstracts 1 check totaling $476.50. May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Chauncey. Any discussion, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you very much. Is there any new business for the board?
Yes. I sent you an email with a resolution
Yep.
to, let me find it here. There it is. Basically, what we want to do is start.
You're making a motion for resolution number 2021-061.
Okay, 21061.
What is the resolution? Well, we got to have it on the floor before we explain it. Can you read the title of the motion of the resolution, please?
Funding for planning for summer 2021 day camp and pool season.
Great. May I have a second?
Second.
Who was that?
That was
Ed.
Ed.
Good. Go ahead, Alan.
All right. Okay. So basically what we need to do is start planning for the summer session. And the state is about to issue guidelines for operating pools and camps and so on, which we haven't seen yet. But this is the time of year to start looking at hiring and looking at how we're going to operate.
So
this authorizes Carrie, the rec director, to hire the 2 people that we would use as camp director and aquatics director part-time, one for 5 hours a week and one for 2 hours a week at the rates of $20 an hour for the camp director and $15 an hour for the pool director. And these 2 individuals.
Alan, for how many weeks are we hiring them?
No, up until April 31st at the latest. Is what it says in what I sent you. And the idea would be by that time, we will have a proposal that we can either reject or accept or modify, and then hire these people or not, for the season if we're gonna have a season.
Great. We've also, thank you, Alan. We've also asked that they come up with a plan that is about 50% of normal participation is for Rhinebeck residents only. We're anticipating that while we'll be able to open, children and college kids will not be inoculated by, they won't be inoculated by summer.
So we'll be at a reduced capacity.
So we'll follow the guidelines, and I at least advocate for staying on the conservative side of them as this epidemic spirals on. But thank you. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Any other new business before the town board?
Yes, the maintenance department wanted me to report that all the wood at the dock has been repaired and everything looks good down there.
Great. I'll have on for our next agenda the kayak launch. It's going to be a lot less than what we thought because we don't need an additional piece of dock. Bobby went down and met with Norm Magnuson and wants to place it in a different area. I believe you were all sent the schematics. I'll get the funding together for that and we'll move ahead with it. Anything else?
Just briefly, the community choice aggregate, the CCA program, there's going to be public noticing that we're going to start putting out for their outreach. So
great. And for the public, the community choice aggregate is the local law that we passed, allowing us to sign all of our residents up for non-fossil fuel, renewable fuel sources for your electricity instead of Central Hudson. And you can opt out anytime, but it should be cost savings and it certainly will be electricity that is not from fossil fuels. Anything else, everybody? Any public comment on any non-agenda items? Bill?
Yeah, I'm just going to have questions. So if after
I'm not taking questions. This is comment on.
I didn't.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any further comment on non-agenda items? Sean, is that you? No.
No, I was just spectating.
Okay. Thanks for coming. Okay. Hearing none, I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thanks, everybody. Good night.
You're going to call me, Elizabeth, or am I calling?
I will call you. Good night, everybody.
Thanks.
right.